middle of February, and I have a day off from my day job. But you never really have a day off from flyers, so I'm out here delivering it in the sunshine instead of at night like I usually am. If you know just one fact about Winnipeg, it's probably that it can get cold here. Today is no exception. It is minus 26 Celsius with a bit of a wind. With a wind chill that makes it about minus 40, which is where the Celsius and the Fahrenheit scales meet. Delivering in this type of weather, you benefit from taking certain precautions. For instance, today I'm wearing 2 layers of socks, as well as my thick Sorel boots, which are supposed to keep you warm up to minus 40, assuming you're moving a bit. Wearing long underwear, sweatpants, a thermal top, t-shirt, sweatshirt, and a parka. Of course, I'm wearing a toque and got my hood over that to protect a bit from the wind. Cold temperatures are fairly common in the winter here. A few years back, Environment Canada said that Winnipeg was the coldest city in the world with more than 500,000 people. As you can see, the wind that we had last night has given us some lovely snow drifts, and what was formerly a clear sidewalk is now a bit of a challenge. The biggest challenge for me in weather like this are my gloves. Normally I like to wear work gloves that have some grip on the hands. Makes it easier to handle the flyers. But in this weather that just doesn't cut it. Those gloves do not provide enough warmth. I've tried it, and all you end up with is very painful hands that take a while to thaw after you're done. Rather than use the work gloves with a grip today because they're just not warm enough, I'm using 2 layers of fairly warm glove. It's not as good for handling the flyers, but you do what you'd have to when it's this cold out. As long as you're dressed for it, though, the cold isn't really that bad. Once I've been moving about a half hour or so, if anything, I might get a little too warm and start to sweat, which can be its own problem. Because if you start sweating and then you stop for a while, you start cooling down, that gets very cold. This little fella likes to follow me around sometimes. You may have seen him on a previous video. It's cold out here, buddy. You should be inside. Sometimes when the weather is this cold that people still have their pets out. But they do. It's okay, doggy. If you don't like being barked at by dogs, this is a terrible job.